You know, I really don't have an opinion on that because we haven't coached them yet, and until you get out there, I mean, you never really know. Listen, Kelly Bryant, Coach Tate over at Wren, and what they do a phenomenal job with their system and coaching and teaching, and they do a lot of the same things that we do, and they've put a lot of pressure on Kelly. I watched him play live. You know, I got a chance because my son, or Daniel, I got a chance to go over there to that game, and heck, I left because I thought it was over, and I'm trying to get back to the hotel, and there's 34 seconds left on the clock. And, I mean, he was a one-man show. I mean, he just put on a show. But I think it's over. I think Daniel's got the game won, and, you know, 34 seconds later, you know, Kelly's taking him down the field. I mean, this guy has played. Yes, he did not grow up with the exposure like he's had the last couple of years. He ran the option a lot and things like that, and was kind of seen more as an athlete. But he has all the tools to be a great quarterback, and he is a huge ceiling. I think he has so much room to improve. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch him. But he's a worker. He's a great young man, excellent student. You know, and just you know, the kind of guy that you want at that position. I think his potential is unlimited. So we'll see, you know, where he is. But he's been exposed to more than people give him credit for. Tucker, on the other hand, I mean, yeah, he came out of the womb slinging it. I mean, the guy just he throws the ball all over the place, and he's thrown a million passes. You know, his deal. I mean, I don't know that he's handed the ball off. That's going to probably be a new concept for him. Oh, there's a running back. Well, how do I do that? You know, because that's what he did, and that's what their school and what their coach was committed to. So he has a very high acumen, you know, IQ, you know, in a passing game standpoint and coverages and getting rid of the ball. You don't see him get hit a lot. He's a little like Kyle Parker in that regard. He reminds me a lot of Kyle, and probably as y'all get to know him a little bit, you're probably going to have that same sense. He's just kind of a little bit of I don't know if free spirit's the word for him, but he's kind of a loose guy, not really overwhelmed, but he's not going to overwhelm you athletically, although he's okay. He'll shock you. Like Kyle, KP'd shock you, man. You know, he had good instincts as far as moving in the pocket, and next thing you know, he's moved the chains for 10 yards on you. And that's what Tucker reminds me of. But he can spin the football. So I think they just kind of come from different backgrounds in that regard. Obviously, Kelly has this tremendous size and athleticism to go with it, but you know, advantage, I have no idea. I mean, playing quarterback is a whole lot more than just throwing the ball with velocity and being able to run and jump. You know, it's decision making, it's accuracy, it's leadership, and so until you start coaching guys, it's hard to measure that.
Where do the redshirt linebackers stack up? Can you give just an idea?
Yeah, we'll start off. Kendall and Corey will start off as our second team guys at Mike and Will. We'll have Kendall is a guy that really we almost played last year. I mean, we were that far from playing. Was probably ready to. I mean, we just felt like that unless we just had to have him, we were confident with the guys that we had. And but man, he is a very good football player that I think is going to shine this spring. Corey, I think, is the same way. So those two guys will kind of get that first shot. Chris Register's another guy that'll be in there at Mike Backer. Jalen Williams will start out at Will. Jalen's a guy we're going to look at 2 or 3 different spots. Probably work at him a little bit at Mike as well. Maybe even look at him as a little nickel Sam and see how he responds there. But a guy that we have good instincts with. But as far as the red shirts, Kendall and Corey and Chris Register, you know, those 3 guys, we're excited about getting started with them. And then we got, you know, obviously some new guys with J.D. and Judah and Chad Smith and Jalen rolling in here that we got to figure out as we get going.
Going back to Deshaun for a moment, has your medical staff given you some idea when he'll be cut loose to go out and practice 100%?
Well, we know he's not going to practice this spring, so he'll be ready in the fall. He'll be way past ready in the fall. But, you know, what we expect is for him to be able to, you know, lead our guys in the summer in the skills and drills. You know, that's our expectation. And, you know, I think his first test, his first marker, he was supposed to be at like 50%, and he was at like 75%, just to give you a little perspective on where, you know, and that's testing your hamstrings and your quads and you know, all that kind of stuff. But he's just doing great. He's already running, and you know, looks really good, very confident. But like I said, he's not going to practice this spring. He might do some drill work and throwing and just some light things that he can do on the side, but as a part of his rehab. But we do expect him to be able to be out there this summer, skill and drill wise. He probably won't be full go as far as, you know, the heavy squats and things like that first summer term, but hopefully by second summer he's doing everything.
You think he could get up to 215?
Oh man, he's going to be, when he leaves here, he'll be 225. You know, Sean's a big man. He's got a great frame on him. He's a worker, and again, his body just responds to everything. And then he's committed. You know, he's a guy that's going to take care of himself. He's going to rest. He's going to fuel properly. So I think when he leaves Clemson, he's in that 220 plus range. I really do.